and welcome to the middle of the desert. That's why they call it Desert Center. This is one of my favorite places to stop on the about 6-hour drive between Phoenix and Los Angeles. It's kind of a ghost town. This used to be a popular stop on the way between the two major cities for fuel, refreshments, and a little cafe. But I want to show you something particularly cool that my friend Eric gave me. He found a brochure from a mid-1990s Japanese Honda model called the Torneo that actually features this as a backdrop. I'm going to get to that picture in just a second. Here's what the car looked like. It was probably like a Civic-based compact, but definitely set here in this sort of landscape. But the best picture, sorry, there's a little bit of wind, so it's tough to display this, but check that out. That is this exact location from a Honda brochure that dates back probably about 30 years or so. You can see there were still fuel pumps here in well, probably not in operation, but they were still there, and now they've been removed. So you can kind of get a feel for the landscape and how much it's changed. But very cool to see that, and props to Eric for spotting that. It's a pretty iconic location here and pretty tough to miss, but definitely there's no mistaking it that this Prelude is now in that same location. Getting a glimpse inside the restaurant. It's my first time being in here, and it's recently been sort of broken into. You can see some of the remains of the mess that's been made, but here's some newspapers. That one's dated January of 2012. This is the line to get in. We're just waiting for them to open the gate here. You can see there's a little bit of everything here. We've got an old Roadster there, nice 5th gen Accord wagon, Integra, and Ryan's TLX. Beautiful Acura CL. I can always appreciate a well-kept CB7 Honda Accord, especially when it has the window sticker. That is awesome. It's my friend Colin's Accord. This 5th gen Accord is among the cleanest I've ever seen. And he actually works with the design studio here at the Torrance corporate office. So you may have seen or admired some of his work in the past. Something you may not see very frequently is a Honda Vamos. This is only the second one I've seen in real life. One of them is at the Real-Time Collection Hall in Wisconsin. And what a quirky, cool little mini truck here. So it turns out the Rio S2K is a twin to mine. 04 with only 7,000 miles. Now I don't have mine anymore. I think I've mentioned this on a prior video, but seeing one like this totally makes me miss it. This is a friend I also just met with a beautiful orange SI. There comes my Legend family rolling in here. Check out this Legend sedan, pearl white, 92, but the best part is the transmission. It is a stick shift. Oh, there we go, thank you. And look how nice the interior is. LS with the manual transmission. That's a really rare car. And he's gonna work on restoring it, bring it back to its former glory.
Yes, sir. Dude. Thank you, thank you.
This one you'll also recognize. This was sold on Bring a Trailer years ago, and then more recently by my friend Eric, who sold it to another Eric, and it's moved from Phoenix to LA. So he always does a great job putting his materials out.
Name everything?
This car just tricked me. Do you want to know how? It's got an 88, 89 front end, and it's got 90, 91 taillights. Pretty awesome. Today is a special occasion because the focus is concept cars and design, art, things of that nature. So we're getting to see some of the original renderings and sketches from vehicles that you'll probably recognize. There's a ridgeline there. Here we have the refresh second gen RL. That one's recognizable as a second gen TSX. A lot of cool cars that are reflected here, and you'll also recognize some familiar names. I think over here, like this one, that's John Ikeda, who we've talked about and featured on the channel before. Great guy. Recently moved to the performance side of things from being the general manager of the Acura brand. Look at that first gen CL. That car ended up staying pretty true to form in terms of the production version, and check it out, there's the original concept right there. The CLX they called it. Can't miss that angular look and feel. So the arrangement here has changed a little bit since the last time I was in here, which is cool. They like to change it up and present something under a different theme every other month when they host this event. So over here we'll see the Precision concept and the Type S concept, both of which have very heavy impact on the design for Acura cars currently. Try and get around here and show you. You may remember in a prior video from Monterey, I was there when this Type S concept was first shown at excuse me, at an event at the Carmel Valley Ranch for an exclusive sort of private event, and later it went on to become what is now today the TLX Type S. I've shown bits and pieces of this timeline before, but they established this walk-through hallway that gives you the chronology of the Honda brand, and Acura brand, I should say, throughout history, from the very beginnings in 1959 over here on the left. The company, of course, originally got its start as a motorcycle or really just small engine manufacturer. This is the theater where you can watch some videos on history and some of the innovations that Honda's been part of. And then over here, of course, is a mural as a replica of the original storefront on Pico Boulevard, back to that 1959 start date. Over here is a section where you can buy merchandise. There's some branded memorabilia, die-cast cars, hats, stuffed toys, tumblers, a little bit of everything over there. And of course, over here is the Power of Dreams Cafe, where you can order a coffee with VTEC. Let's see if they have such a thing. Haven't had one of these yet, but it's on my list. A TSX Sport Wagon. And I believe there's another one over there. Yeah, we got two of them representing. There's a pretty unusual but cool car for a Honda sponsored event. Sounds good. There's also a display here where a guy is doing actual design work on a computer right there, and it's displayed on the screen behind him in real time off of his desktop. Last time you saw an S2000 CR. This was the final Club Racer edition right before the model was phased out, and they have specific treatment like the underbody kit, the wing. This is my friend Leon's car. He's a collector. That's beautiful. Talked about this car on the channel before. This is John Rivers, who was with the product planning team. His personal Integra Type S, and it's got beautiful matte finish to it.